Guys, welcome back to another video. Piers here from Propearthy Investment. Today's video, we're just going to talk about probably the most used topic in social media, which is the coronavirus. And I want to put that all aside. We all know the impact. We've seen changes on the business, the investment that we're doing. So why not just change the game and actually think about how can we actually work together as all SA owner and share our thoughts in a positive way to be able to kind of give some reminder to probably new SA owners. So if we experience SA owners, let's try and help other SA owners who have just got into the business and kind of share the thoughts and give them some kind of advice, rather than worrying about, the units aren't going to perform as good as what they used to perform, or that, with all the changes, the refunds policy and stuff from Airbnb and Booking.com, where are we headed? So first thing we're going to talk about today is probably something that every business owner would look at anyway, but measuring your cash flow. Right guys, it is quite key that obviously, we've got some fixed costs that we're going to pay for our units on the rent-to-rent basis, and the fact that if we can't, or we haven't got enough cash flow for the next ideally 2 to 3 months, when the market is trying to understand where it's heading, and also we need to know how well it's going to change the market in that amount of time, I would ideally recommend somebody to have a minimum of 2 to 3 months of your fixed cash flow in your bank to make sure that you're covering yourself and not worrying about, I can't pay my bill next month. So something I would highly advise is, let's sit down, look at your next 3 months expenses, where are we currently with our cash flow, and how can we, depending on what type of bookings we're going to get, how can we increase and measure those cash flow to ideally not worry about the worst situation, which is not getting any bookings and not being able to pay your rent. I'm guessing some of you guys will be in personal guarantor, some of them will be in business guarantor, some of you must have paid a high deposit. So let's make sure we protect our SA business by measuring your cash flow. Right, the second one is kind of a harsh reality, but if you're looking to understand the business in the next 3 months and see where you're at with it, do a review on your contracts, on the contracts you have or the agreements you've done with your landlords or letting agents, to understand where can you, or how can you either turn them into a potential AST, is to basically give it out on rent for the next 6 months. What happens is once you're in AST, they're liable to pay everything for you, but you can only do that once you review your contract and agreement, because you need to understand if you're on a management contract or if you're in a company let, and that way you can either play around and speak to the individuals, which is the landlords and letting agent, to show them the impact that you're having with the current situation, and ideally, hopefully they will allow you to not totally give up, but actually manage it under an AST. Something quite different, but it's always a thought. It's always nice to actually have a look at a plan B. And the last one, guys, which I always talk about this, and I've always been so passionate about the branding and marketing side of the SA business. So the last topic I want to cover is actually to put a 30, 60, 90 days marketing plan for direct business. Right, and that's it really, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on that 30 days and how we're going to achieve those long-term direct booking and create action plan based on that on your marketing and branding side. So we're going to do on review on 60 and 90. Listen, at the end of the day, we are in a position at the moment, we just cannot rely on online travel agents, and the best way I've always said to my investors, my clients, are this is exactly why we need to make sure we're on board with at least have a website. Eventually you get found. So guys, it's still not too late. With that all being said, guys, I think we are in a position at the moment our businesses of service accommodation needs massive attention based on, you know, the plans that we got to put in for the next 90 days, and really create and understand and help each other in the service accommodation industry. And guys, if you've got anything that you do differently, you have worked out, please comment down below, so that somebody else who runs a service accommodation, especially those, you know, people who've only got 1 unit, 2 units, are really scared about the, you know, the investment strategy. And what we need to do is work together to find out the best possible way to go through this and hopefully create our business as normal, and hopefully book the calendars that we want to achieve with our service accommodation. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to do a lot more video regarding this. Please subscribe, comment down below if you've got any question, contact me through my Facebook if you've got any other further questions or worry about this, you know, the plan itself. Do drop me a message and I'll get back to you. Guys, have a good day.